Looks like history's repeating itself.
It better not. I want to know what really happened there.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the guts to ask Turner. But I know someone who does.
Hey, welcome back lads. So it's finally time that we talk about Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer because we know almost nothing about it, even after all of the leaks. The only thing we do know is that Vanguard is a continuation of the World War II series, which has a very, unique and controversial multiplayer experience, so I wonder how similar Vanguard will be to that. Like, seriously, there is no other game in the entire series like this. There are so many great ideas and concepts in COD World War II that should return because they were great, but just as many problems and poor, just straight up poor, brain-dead game design that we never want to see again, and I think that is why so many people are already hating on the game or just worried, even though we've seen nothing about it. It's just that reputation of COD World War II being a letdown, and the developers over at Sledgehammer Games not really being popular. The positive news is, at the very least, it seems like Vanguard will be taking steps forward and in the right direction by abandoning that engine and moving over to the same engine as Modern Warfare, an engine which is just less messed up on a fundamental level. But of course, gameplay decisions, designs, and that kind of stuff is all completely different, a completely different conversation to the engine. Now, before I go into a little bit of a rant and a tangent, let me just say that I do actually enjoy this game, sometimes, kinda, but I've pumped enough time into COD World War II to be very familiar with the maps lacking in both quality and quantity, the creator class being fucked with for no good reason and perks being thrown out the window, the downright horrific meta of grenade spam and commando parachuting snipers, mundane score streaks, being one-shot cross-mapped by an SMG when I'm 100% health, and yeah, the list goes on. Like I said, I do kind of enjoy the game. It's actually just torture, like... Using the Modern Warfare engine does not mean it will be identical to that game, but taking Modern Warfare and just slapping some World War II paint over it might actually be an improvement for Sledgehammer Games. Like, it's honestly not a bad idea, but if the World War II series does turn into an actual proper series, it would need its own, you know, identity and flavor. So bring back War Mode, which was, I would say that saved the game for me. Like, it was attackers versus defenders based on like real life operations, and it was really neat. We've never really seen anything like it. Also, bring back the headquarters, which was like a social space. That's what they called it. It was like taking the multiplayer menus and turning that into a playable area. Look, I did say that COD World War II was unique because it did actually innovate with these kind of things that we'd never seen before and we've never seen since, and I think using the Modern Warfare engine would also allow them to push it even further and improve upon these things. Like, kind of like I was saying, you know, with these series, these sub-series in Call of Duty having their own identity, like how all the Modern Warfare trilogy games were similar, Black Ops games have similarities. I don't think that Vanguard should just copy and paste any of those games either, or copy and paste Modern Warfare 2019 or Cold War, but it also should not copy and paste or like be a remaster of COD World War II. Sure, it should have some similarities, like taking over the good things, the things that people liked and worked well, while abandoning the bad things, and hopefully the developers aren't as clueless as we think they are sometimes, and they actually recognize what those things were. So I think I've said my piece, and I think I've got across what I wanted to get across, and also it's just weird that like over a year and a month ago, wait, does that make sense? Yeah, over a year and a month ago we already had details, leaked details about Cold War multiplayer, while for Vanguard we don't really know very much. Like, when are we gonna get more info, lads? Anyways, yeah, stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Kill confirmed. Artillery ready for order. Fire zone confirmation. Kill confirmed.